Hello vinyl community, it's Mikko back again in the vinyl corner. I have noticed that there's sort of vinyl tag going on YouTube at the moment. I think my very good VC friend Karsten Olsen was the first one I noticed that had made that kind of video, and since then many other cool people have posted their response, so I wanted to jump in and make my own response on that Vinyl Tag 2017. So cheers! Let's take some coffee. It's a Sunday morning here in Finland. Not so cold, but pretty nice weather outside. And I chose very quickly the first ones that came into my mind. So if you ask me these questions tomorrow, the answer would be totally different, I guess. At least most of them. So let's start. Here's my response on Vinyl Tag 2017. I think I have about 1000 records, 12-inch records, and about a couple of hundred singles, and then also there's about 1000 CDs too. So I think I have the correct number on Discogs, but I would say about 1000 records. You saw my record player on the title of this video. It's a Yamaha YPD6 vintage model from the late 1970s, and I have a Denon DL160 cartridge on it. That's a very hard question. I think I was something like 6 or 7 years old when I got my very first records, and I think I've kept most of those records still in my collection, but I don't think I could call myself a collector since then, but I bought lots of CDs when I was a teenager and collected mostly CDs, and I think it was I bought also some records every now and then, even though I didn't have a turntable connected on my setup back then. But I think it was 2010 when I started to buy more vinyl again, and so 2010, 2011, I think I was something like 34, 35 years old when I really started collecting records. That's a very hard question too. It's hard to check from Discogs which album is old, because it can be only sorted by the release year of the pressing, but if you count only the real items, the oldest record in my collection is here, Vivaldi 4 Seasons, and this is 1959 his master's voice mono pressing. So this is the oldest vinyl in my collection, and I wanted to show you another quite old item. This is Led Zeppelin's debut album from '69. This is one of the very first US pressings from 1969. I'm not totally sure. I think it was this one, Kiss Animalize. At least this was the first or second album I ever got. My dad bought this for me when I was 6 or 7 years old, and the other one is also Kiss album. It's a collection, Killers, from 1983, and this was released in 1984. But I've always thought that this is my very first own record. I really don't remember that, because those couple of first records, my dad bought them for me, and I can't remember which ones were the ones before after that. But one thing I remember that I bought with my own money was a cassette tape. It's Whitesnake and their album Whitesnake from 1987, and it's also called 1987. And I bought this in 1987. I was on a third class school trip when I bought this tape, and it's still exactly the same copy. I listened to this over and over again, and this was one of the very first music items I bought with my own money, and it's a great album. This has the best Led Zeppelin song, Still of the Night. That's a really tricky question. I have all kinds of cool splatter vinyl and all kind of psychedelic colored stuff, but I wanted to show you one special color you don't see so often these days. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's called black vinyl. Really rare stuff these days, but don't you think that this is absolutely beautiful? I wish they made more vinyl like this. I'm not sure if I got this question right, but I think it was about an album you got for a good price, and I wanted to show you one special item. It's this Genesis box set, 1970-1975. It includes five Genesis albums: Trespass, Nursery Crime, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, Foxtrot, and Selling England by the Pound. And I think I paid something like 80 euros from this, which is insanely good price. It was already good price back then, because this box set is fantastic. 5 great albums, and I like the way they sound too. And nowadays this box set goes for some crazy money. I think it's 200 or 300 euros already, so I was very happy to get this for such a great price. and since then I have also bought the next two box sets. I'm not sure if I got this question right, but I suppose it's about the most expensive item in my collection. The Genesis box set is quite pricey, but if you think about a single just LP, not box set, it's this Kingston Wall, their first album on this splatter psychedelic colored vinyl. According to Discogs, this is something like 200 or 250 euros max, and I think I paid something like 35 euros including the postage, and it came with the t-shirt. So I'm very happy to have this great album in my collection, and it seems to be quite pricey already. What kind of question is that? Anyway, I wanted to show you the first one that came into my mind. It's Maarit and her self-titled debut album from 1973. Absolutely fantastic stuff, and my favorite Finnish female vocalist alive. And this is the Swart Records reissue. Absolutely wonderful album. What is my favorite band? I have so many favorite bands, but of course this is a great excuse to show this album again. I think I have shown this a couple of times before. It's Tarot, The Spell of Iron, their fantastic debut album from 1986. Great Finnish heavy metal, and one of my top favorite bands too. I've shown many VCLT stuff I've got from my VC friends as a gift, but I wanted to show something else this time. A gift from my big sister. Metallica's Black Album, and I got this from my big sister in 1991, and she even wrote that here inside the record sleeve. So this was a great gift in 1991 when I was 14 years old. Once again, really hard question. I really don't know that which vinyl record I have played the most, but maybe if you think just albums which you have listened from LP or cassette or CD or Spotify or MP3 or something, I could say it was this Seventh Son of a Seventh Son by Iron Maiden, and probably my personal favorite album by then. I have listened to this hundreds and hundreds of times. Great stuff. Really hard to say which album is the most rare item in my collection. There's some really small pressings, but I wanted to show you one special item. There's 500 copies made of this, so It's not so rare. There's much more smaller pressings in my collection, but this is signed by the entire band, the first original lineup, Swallow the Sun, and their debut album The Morning Never Came. And I'm not sure how many these stuff there is. 500 copies made, and I got these signatures from the guys themselves. I quite regret that I asked them to sign the front cover, because the cover is so damn cool. It fits perfectly on the album. The signatures would have been much more better here, I think. But let me know if you have this record signed by the entire band, the original lineup. It would be cool to find another copy from this planet. I think all records are good for rainy days, but if you don't take that literally, this album is perfect for moments like that. Sentenced, Frozen. This even has one song called The Rain Comes Falling Down, and it's absolutely perfect rainy day record. Once again, I just pulled the first one that came into my mind. AC/DC Back in Black. Great party music and feel good stuff. One of the most nostalgic records would definitely be this. Mötley Crüe, Shout at the Devil. My late big brother was a huge Mötley Crüe fan, and every time I put this on, it reminds me of him, and it reminds me from him spinning Shout at the Devil with his Denon stereos back in our home when we were still kids. So good memories, but still really sad memories. But my favorite Mötley Crüe album, and very nostalgic feelings every time I listen to this. I have a couple of record store day items in my collection. Most of them are singles, and I wanted to show you one 12-inch single or EP. This is Katatonia. I have no idea how to pronounce that title, but I suppose this was a 2014 record store day item. Great band. I have bought quite many vinyl records lately, but here's one that it's still sealed. I haven't had time to open this yet. It's Viitasen Pia, Uni onnesta. Fantastic Finnish singer-songwriter. This is her second album, I guess, from 2015. Really good stuff. I'm not sure what kind of music this is. I can't describe it. Maybe it's sort of folk rock or something. Singer-songwriter stuff. Beautiful voice and interesting lyrics, and really good stuff. I have her first album on CD, and I have already pre-ordered her latest album on vinyl too. So one of the most interesting Finnish female singer-songwriters at the moment. So this was my quick response on the Vinyl Tag 2017. Thanks for watching. If you have anything to ask, please leave a comment. And what do you think about these albums I just showed you? And please make your own response if you already haven't. So thanks for watching. Until next time.